Welcome to It Takes Two. I'm Blair.
I'm Chris.
And today we'll be talking about Love is Blind, Season 8, Episode 9.
I need y'all to subscribe, like, share, comment, all the above. You ready, Blair?
I'm ready.
Let's go.
Taylor meets Daniel's family. They talk about how they clicked in the pods. The mom says that they love the concept, especially because their daughter is blind and friends are chosen from the heart, not based on looks for her.
Well, okay.
She wanted Daniel to meet a girl and know her heart, but she also wants the girl to know his heart. She doesn't know that Daniel would really let people in. Mm-hmm. So if he lets the girl into his world, that is going to be a really cool thing.
Okay.
The sister says that this whole blind thing is her world. She can't see someone's face, but listening to their dating experience, she respects what they decided to do.
I like that.
Taylor's family is taking longer to warm up to the process, and that's even difficult for her because her family is her world. Mm-hmm. She's trying to be patient with them, and she shares that her parents were together since they were 14, 15 years old.
Yeah.
Daniel's dad says that it's unorthodox, but perhaps God's will.
Yeah.
The parents think it's a good match from what they see, and they welcome her into their family.
You have anything that stood out to you in the scene?
I just thought it was a nice first meeting. I thought that the family seemed cool, the siblings seemed cool, and they had a beautiful house as well.
Beautiful.
Yeah. So I was just very happy with the warm welcoming they gave Taylor. Yeah. I mean, it's hard enough to get on TV and date a stranger, to let alone have somebody's family possibly berate you.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that they were as chill and cool as they were. So that way Taylor and Daniel can focus on each other and their process and not pleasing their families.
I 100% agree. I think it was a nice house. I think, Taylor, you should get out of your own way sometimes, because I'm not forgiving you for trying to make it seem like this guy was stalking you and things of that nature. Maybe it will come out he was, but until then, I ain't gonna fall for it. Beautiful house. Beautiful house. And they just seem welcoming, especially off the strength of that. Your family is kind of like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm not even holding it against her family for feeling that way. Mm-hmm. This is a weird process. And not only are you doing, it's one thing if you're doing the process by yourself, but you're involving us now, and now they got coming to our home, and we may not be camera people. Right. You know what I'm saying? So I really did like this meeting.
Mm-hmm. So we move on to Lauren and Dave.
Yeah.
They go to the cycling studio where Lauren works part-time.
Yeah.
He meets a couple of her friends. They take the class, and he says that he is not into workout classes, and he's not into being told what to do.
What?
So her friends are proud of her.
Hold on, stop right there for a second.
Go ahead.
You played baseball in college. Like, what do you mean you're not into being? That's probably why you don't Love is Blind, because you don't like being told what to do. You have coaches. This is not it's a cycling class. Mm-hmm. Like, it's not a life class to where it's like they telling you what to do when it comes to cycling. They're not telling you what to do in general. David have so many red flags that I don't even know if it's even red anymore. It's almost like, I don't even know what color it is, but it's almost like terrible, because his small talk is terrible, his big talk or long talk is terrible. There's nothing good about David that I've seen so far in 9 episodes.
Yeah, it's like he finds comments and jabs to make unnecessarily. Like, I felt like he's done that with Lauren's appearance. Yeah. And he's found ways, I feel like, to kind of tear down the relationship and make her feel insecure about what his family and sister is saying. Man. And then he's over here talking about how he doesn't like to be told what to do, which is perfectly fine. But in a relationship, you got to compromise. You got to talk to your partner. So at this point, I mean, Dave is what he is, but Lauren, like, come on now. This guy's not it for you, girl.
It is what it is.
So Lauren didn't feel like she was hiding anything with the last guy she dated. It wasn't a serious relationship. And Dave says it's a lot to hear and explains to his friends because they know who the guy is. Okay. One of her friends says, look, the guy that she was casual with, I actually knew his ex-girlfriend. He dated somebody for 7 years and broke things off. Lauren matched with this guy on Hinge. They as friends would have hung out with them together if they were actually dating. Yeah. The last guy she was seriously dating, they did go out with him. So the guy apparently DM'd one of the friends on Instagram and said, should we blow this wedding up? He's feeling sad about himself, and everybody thinks he just wants to be on TV. Yeah. Apparently, Dave's friend said that she hung out with him up until it was time to go to the show. So one of the friends asked, like, have you been on any dating apps? Have you flirted with anybody at a bar before this process started? You know, that's as serious as Lauren's situation was with this guy. Lauren starts crying. his friends don't know all the facts. And Dave says his friends know the guy. Her friends are saying that the guy is just trying to stir up mess, and Lauren needs Dave to trust her.
Yeah.
So her friends end up walking away, and Dave hates to see her emotional, but Lauren doesn't know what else he needs. He's trying to block out the noise and figure out what he thinks and how to handle the situation in a mature way. But Lauren says that she needs to talk to the people who are the biggest voices in his head.
I don't think you got a lifetime to talk to those people, Lauren. I'm gonna say multiple things, and they don't have nothing to do with each other. In the sense of, hey, she was talking to a guy up to the show. Is that concerning? It's really your choice. It's really your preference, right?
Yeah.
Because truth be told, she has the liberty to talk to anybody up to the show, while at the same time you have the right to feel like, you may not be my vibe, right? That's your preference, right? Now I'm putting the ball in Dave's court. You have all the information that you have. All the information that you need, in my opinion, right? I feel like personally, Lauren Friends was talking too much, because they was doing, and the only reason why I feel that way is because they was doing their best trying to convince Dave, right? But you cannot convince someone who has full power in their decision. Dave, you need to make a decision if you like this girl or not.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, there's nothing that Lauren can tell you. There's nothing that your friends can tell you. There's nothing that Lauren friends can tell you. It's 100% up to you if you want to continue on with this relationship. You got the friends over here stumbling over her words, talking about, listen here, if she was serious with this guy, we would have met him. As Blair said about Dave, you don't know your brother. I would say about your friends, you don't know your friends like that, especially when it comes to sex, right? So I would say, Dave, you have all the information that you need. You don't need to talk to you don't need to talk to no more friends. You don't need to talk to Lauren about it no more. You don't need to talk to your sister about it no more. Make a choice, stick by it. Yeah. Because truth be told, he's using this to try to basically get himself some bail to get out of jail and things of that nature. But you have all the information that you need. Make a choice. Yeah. You get what I'm saying?
And that's how I feel too. I feel like Dave is dragging it at this point. Like, you're having all these conversations. So what do you actually want to do?
Yeah.
And it's just so, I just find him so irritating as well, because he came on this show, on this process, to actually get engaged and marry somebody. And you did it probably knowing full well that your family and friends would think you were crazy
whole time.
But now that the aftermath is finally here and you found somebody, you can't stand up for your relationship and what you believed in and why you even came onto this process. It's just weak. It's just given very weak.
Yeah.
And then also with her friends, I didn't mind her friends talking. I think they were really trying to give him some perspective. Yeah. But like you said, he's talked to enough people. He needs to make his choice.
No, 100%. I will be daggone if I'm going to sit down and try to convince someone about this was that whole time you scared of your sister. Like, make a choice. And by me criticizing the friends, I am not saying that Lauren was wrong. Lauren is within her right to do whatever she wants before the show. Yeah. Right? I just feel like, hey, thank you, friends. Y'all did y'all thing of trying to convince him. But truth be told, it's his choice. And he's trying to basically push off his choice. No, we're not doing that no more. Dave, make a choice.
Yeah. So Virginia meets Devon's family. Yeah. She tells his family a little bit about herself. Devon explained the process and how deep and vulnerable the conversations had gotten. Yeah. She discussed her faith and having kids with him. And his mom says that faith is important in their family. And she does want her son to have an equally yoked relationship. Okay. Virginia's parents are supportive. They also want to see her happy. Virginia talks about how she's open to freezing her eggs or whatever it takes to make sure that they have kids whenever they're ready. Okay. He also, so they talk about how many kids that they wanted, and they both want a big family, anywhere from 2 to 5, 2 to 6. Yeah. She always wanted a big family, so it's important for her to have personal relationships with her partner's family. Okay. So they both agree on a 50-50 partnership when it comes to relationships and whatever makes sense for their family. She is, however, more traditional when it comes to the cooking and the cleaning of things. They've also discussed finances and how they plan to do separate accounts and maybe one joint account together and also a prenup. Nice. If the worst thing happens, it just makes sense to have a prenup in Virginia's mind. And the mom says, well, you know, marriage is for better or worse, sicker or, you know, health. And what if you get sick or he loses his job? Virginia says that she's done a lot for people in less commitment, so she wouldn't leave him because he got sick or if he lost his job. Yeah. So the brother asks, well, what if the parents what if the parents want to move in with y'all?
Yeah.
Virginia says nursing homes are scary and she wouldn't want his parents in a nursing home.
I'm not going to hold you. Stop right there for a second.
Sure.
That's a question I would have failed in front of the parents. I should have been like, what happened to your house? You get what I'm saying? Because I understand parents get old and they get sick, and then what if we got to move in with y'all? I'd be like, you're the brother. How come they can't move in with you? You're the sister. How come they can't move in with you? I would have failed 100% on the test. They would have been like, thank you for your time, sir. Get up out of our house. I'd be like, you're right. Why do y'all own a pig?
Okay.
That's all I got to say. And then I just would have walked out.
Yeah. So he discusses the picture she has of him coaching and she wanting to do concessions and watch the game with their child and just the vision of their life that they could have together.
Yeah.
The mom says that she has their support and dad says, if you're happy, I'm happy. They introduce her to their additional family member, which is Pico the pig.
Whew. Listen here, man. Matter of fact, you have the notes of when he was talking to the family?
These are all the notes I have of them talking to his family.
No, I mean of Devon talking to his family. Like, basically, she walked off, and he's talking to his family, basically, about what's going on.
Oh, yeah.
Go ahead,
so
read that for
Devon
me.
talks to his parents alone.
Yeah.
Mom likes her a lot. Sister was nervous about the prenup. Maybe she won't think it will work out. Devon says, well, they both will leave with what they came in with. Anything they built together, they would talk about how they would split it. He would sign it as long as he agrees with what's in it.
Now, I wanted that.
Okay.
I am 100% for prenups. 100%. I am especially 200% for prenups if you do it on a show like this.
Yeah.
I can't go any higher. Actually, I could 300%, right? I think because of the circumstances, a prenup you shouldn't be surprised by it, and you shouldn't be offended by it, right? I understand the sister said that, and I really don't understand why people think this way. People believe that if you get a prenup and things of that nature, that we're planning for our escape or like we're planning for it to fail. No, it's the same way as if I put on a bulletproof vest. I'm not expecting to get shot, but if I do get shot, I am protected. Like, no one goes out hoping that they get shot.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So my thing is, I think I would say this was a good visit, right? Especially coming from Devon's family. I do kind of feel like, and maybe it's just because it is Devon's family, so they are going to look at him as the prize in like some way. I do kind of feel like there was a lot of what can you do for Devon, more than like how Devon can really like do for you. But maybe we will see that once we see her family. But it just came off as if it's like, oh, Devon's the prize. Devon's this. Look at these pictures. Look at our pig. Oh my goodness. She wants a prenup, Devon. What about you? What happens if mom and dad get sick? Well, like they move in with you. Mind you, this is my sibling saying this, right? Like, how come they can't move in with you? But it is what it is. But overall, I think it was a good, cool visit. What is your thoughts on the prenup and basically the scene?
Yeah, I thought it was good. I felt like the family asked good questions to actually figure out if they align in values. And based off of the whole 50-50 thing, and the thoughts about how many kids they want to have and are you going to be there, you know, if they get sick. Like, I think they really got down to the bottom of things and really saw that, per what Virginia said, is as long as she's telling the truth, it seems like they align in pretty much every way. Yeah. So I think that was good that they were able to do that when it comes to the prenup. I'm so for a prenup, like absolutely. And I'm for people signing prenups and even postnubs that make sense and that add that makes sense and also don't allow you to end up with nothing in the end. Don't be like Ashley Darby. Okay.
Oh my
Housewives of Potomac. Sign something you don't know what you're signing, and you end up with nothing in the end. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, prenups and postnups, like, they can be good things as long as there are things in there to protect you and keep you safe. And it's basically just an agreement. It doesn't have to be, oh, I'm signing a prenup so I get nothing. Make sure you get a little something. Okay?
Listen here, a prenup, at least for me, a prenup is just a cap for me. It's like it's just something to make sure you don't got me out here naked. You get what I'm saying? And you can make a prenup however you want to. You can put clauses in there there to where it's like, if you are the one that cheated or stepped out of the marriage, then you lose 60%. And then on top of that, guess what? A prenup is not forever.
You got to pay me alimony.
Yeah, I'm not paying you alimony. I'm sorry.
If you cheat on me, if we get a divorce, you're paying me alimony.
I'm not paying you alimony
for the rest of my life.
That is not in my prenup. Okay, listen here.
That's what I want in my prenup.
Because what's going to happen is you're never going to get married, and then that alimony is going to be for life. Never. No. Right. But I will say that don't be afraid of prenups, Devin, right? And maybe he just feels that way, because I do like what she said.
Well, Devin wasn't afraid. The family was afraid
for
him.
I think Devin's afraid, because I saw the previews for things like that. It's one thing to agree with it. It's another thing where she drew it up and slapped the paper on the table on some so you don't have no problem with prenups, huh? And then you read into it and you're like, dang, like you're serious. Like, yeah, I'm very serious. Yeah. I think one thing I like that she said, and Virginia's winning me over. I ain't gonna hold you. One thing that she said was that, hey, he has debt. I'm going to help him with that. Like, we're not going to leave each other out, basically. You know what I mean? And I feel like there should be some precaution, not only in marriage in general, but in a marriage like this.
Yeah.
You should do things to where you try to leave as mentally, physically, financially stable as you came in. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. So we move on to Sarah meeting Ben's friend.
Yeah.
So the friend asked about some core values, if they share the same core values. He said that he wouldn't have gotten on his knee if he didn't.
What?
Her sister is gay, and she wanted someone who was accepting, and apparently one of his friends is a lesbian. He reassured her that he believed in equality.
Okay.
She would be open to attending a church service with him, and one of his friends is agnostic. He was a DD for her, and they talked about religion versus faith, and the friends can see their connection.
Any thoughts on this meeting?
I'm still not eating my words.
I'm not eating I said. I'm not eating my words either.
And the reason I'm saying that is because I see that he has a diverse friend group, which is very cool. But if you can't tell me that someone's life matters to you and that a life shouldn't be snuffed out, and you say that I don't want no parts and I have nothing to do with that, that tells me where you stand, no matter how many different types of friends you have.
Hey, listen here. We watch a lot of reality TV shows based on this channel. Remind me, did I see any black friend there?
Not that I saw.
Not that I saw either. And that was a specific question to Ben. You get what I'm saying? Listen here, it's one thing.
She sure didn't bring that up. She just talked about her lesbian sister and equality.
Come on now. Come on, Blair. That's what I'm saying. I'm not even really on Ben, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because Ben is Ben. I'm on Sarah's head top because she did not have to bring that up. She did not have to signal or basically put the bat wing up there for us to basically she said that specifically. I think they get some brownie points, which I don't understand, because truth be told, we did not require you to say that.
No.
We did not require you to support BLM and anything of that. Because of who we are, we have no choice. We was pushed into the fight. And guess what? I have no problem being in the fight. But you chose to bring it up. So excuse the hell out of me if I'm holding you accountable to your words. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. So moving on, Monica and Joey. So they're folding clothes. Monica actually throws the clean clothes on a pile, and Joey's like, please don't put the clean clothes on the floor.
Yeah, you see what I mean? See what I mean?
We're going to end up with another spider situation.
Exactly.
Joey doesn't think that her sister likes him. And he tells her, it is fine. Not everybody has to like him. And Monica was like, no, she does need to like you. She needs to give him a chance.
No, she don't have to like him.
Joey says that if he gave her a reason to not like him, then he would accept constructive criticism. But that's not what happened. Monica does tell him that he did nothing wrong. She's just worried that if we're good for each other. Joey asks, has she ever thought anyone was good for you? Monica said no. And Joey says, so I'm wondering if there's any jealousy there. Monica just wants Joey and her sister to talk one-on-one. And Joey tells her, I'll talk to her, but I really think it's you who needs to talk to your sister. He says it's serious, but he doesn't think it's a make or break situation.
Listen, tell us about your sign, Blair.
My sign? Oh. I'm a Virgo.
I don't know what show Blair's on. We're doing the It Takes Two show, okay? All right.
Joey clocked that the sister is jealous, and I'm here for it. Okay. I'm here for it because it's one thing if you go into a situation and you really, of course, you want your partner's family and friends to like you, accept you, because you want to be a positive addition to their life in all aspects of their life.
Yeah.
But if you peep that somebody is jealous, there is no amount of talking to and being friendly that can sway that person or change that person's mind.
Yeah.
So the fact that Joey clocks it, he's pretty much freeing himself of any responsibility.
Oh, yeah.
That's her issue. I mean, I'll talk to the girl, but if she got a problem, that's on her. And Monica, I think she needs to catch up to where Joey is. I think she's a little bit too much trying to win her sister over when her sister is hell-bent on being difficult. So.
Listen here. I told y'all from episode 1, maybe even episode 2, that Joey is not the person you want to marry. Not because of Joey, but because of the responsibilities that he have. I may have to eat those words because truth be told, this scene alone made me like Joey a lot. Because Joey basically said, my name Bennett, I ain't in it. And I'm going to stop you right now, Monica, before you make this an us issue. Right? This is not an us issue. This is a y'all issue. You get what I'm saying? And it's so funny how Monica's sister's the one that's like, oh, I can read people, right? I can read people, right? Whole time, Joey did not even have a one-on-one conversation with her to know exactly what type of person she is.
Yeah.
Because truth be told, let me tell you something about yourself, Monica's sister. I don't even know her name, right? But let me tell you something about yourself, Monica's sister. You're not special. You're not unique. A whole bunch of yous exist in the world. We met you before. You get what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So Joey's like, I met her before. And truth be told, you really can't convince them. You cannot outdo them. You cannot make yourself basically acceptable in their eyes. So it's all for me. This is basically, is this going to break your sibling thing that y'all got going on? Because truth be told, I don't think y'all are, because truth be told, Joey basically said, I don't think she really like you like that anyway. You get what I'm saying? So I like the fact that Joey was like, hey, don't try to make this she have to like me, because she doesn't. You get what I'm saying? Y'all have to talk, but I'll talk to the girl, but it don't matter to me. I liked it.
Me too. So Daniel meets Taylor's parents.
So her parents, his parents are also going to come over to meet her parents.
I like that.
So he tries to connect with her parents by saying that he's tried to put himself in their shoes with how uncomfortable this process is for them. And he tells them that he is taking this very seriously.
Okay.
Taylor explains how it's been pretty peaceful for them. And the mom says, well, it's been stressful for me. She asks what made him interested in this. And he says that the show reached out to him. He thought of his sister and how love actually could be blind.
Okay.
So her mom says the process is crazy. Like, where in the world would you get engaged and not tell me, your mother? She feels left out, and it is a really big deal. Taylor told her she told her as soon as she could, and she feels safe and happy. They share that they both want to have children, and then his parents arrive. Any thoughts on the mom before his parents arrived?
Here's the thing, right? A lot of the opinions that I have is based off of the contestants more than the parents, right? I feel like these people are signing up for these shows that are very serious. This is not a game show, right? This is a show to where, guess what? You're basically bringing someone into the family who you don't know and who we don't know.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at Taylor more of, why didn't you let your family know you was going to do this process, right? Because I understand that you are grown, and I do believe that because you are grown, that you should not basically hinge on everything your parents say or everything your family would say. But marriage is a serious thing, and it's a family thing. So I would at least let my family know of the possibilities of, I'm signed up for the show. It is possible that I will be chosen to be on Love is Blind. It is possible that I will be engaged. So you won't be surprised. That will give you more time to be able to digest it. The mother have every right to not to feel however she feel, but I'm looking more at Taylor. I'm looking more at the Daves, the one that's basically like, my family go feel some type of way because they don't know. I'm like, well, why didn't you let them know?
Yeah.
I don't know. Her mom was rubbing me the wrong way a little bit.
So?
I can respect the fact that she may not be for the process, but I think that the mom was making it more so about herself than about her daughter.
True.
And I feel like if there was not real concern, because I think the mom does have real concern, but it would have been nice to see her concern of, Taylor, did you think like you couldn't get somebody else? Like, were you feeling like you'll be single forever? Like, where's your mind at? Are you okay? And I didn't get that from her mom. Her mom was like, I can't believe you wouldn't tell me this, and that's a big deal to leave your mom out of that, and I'm stressed out and all that type of stuff. And the thing is, moms can have feelings. These things, like you said, are going to affect their families. So I don't fault them for having their feelings about the situation, but it would have been nice to see if the mom had a little bit more care about where Taylor was at in the process. So, but his parents arrived. Her parents says that they've increased the size of their house and like rooms and stuff like that for their children and grandchildren. And his mom says that she kept all the kids' rooms for those reasons too. Okay. Her parents have been married for 50 years. His parents for 34. Taylor's mom says that it's important to realize that this is forever. You know, you're going to be the father of her children and our grandchildren, which is a big deal. And there's also no divorce in their family.
Well, I'll be the first.
His parents are in agreement with that. Daniel's mom says that, you know, with adult children, you can be there to support them, but you really can't tell them what to do. You have to put your trust in their decisions, which is hard. And his dad says that it's kind of like a pressure cooker, but it seemed like it was a soft landing for Daniel. Daniel is very even keeled, and he'll bring a calmness to the relationship. Between the four of them, their experience, they feel like they could help guide and direct them when it comes to marriage, because there is no perfect person and there is no perfect marriage. Daniel says that, you know, they look forward to taking the best of their parents' marriages into their own. He then asks her parents to for permission to marry their daughter, and the mom and the dad say yes.
And I think specifically for Taylor parents, they needed to be with Daniel parents.
Yeah.
I think because you can sometimes be in the echo chamber of just your own thoughts, and you may need another party to basically calm you down because they're calm.
And I feel like his parents, I saw a shift in her after his parents talked
because
to him.
It's almost like if his parents would have came in like, this is crazy, right? I think that would have confirmed what she already felt. But it's the fact of like, you know, for one, sometimes it's good to move in crowds because you don't want to look like the crazy person. So I think she had to change her tone a little bit because everybody's cool with it. Yeah. And you don't want to be the only one that stand out, you know? Also, I do think that she only looked at the cons of it, but seeing that there's a big community, knowing that he came from a family that's married, knowing that, that the parents is taking care of their daughter and things of that nature, that their home still feels like a home. I think it's like, this could be a big support system for all of us. And in some ways, I think she sees it as a benefit not only to Taylor, but to herself as well.
Yeah, and that's like, because when she asked his mom, well, how do you feel about this? I think she was trying to basically get another person on her side of like, I can't believe they're doing this. Like, this is crazy, all this type of stuff. But I like the fact that his parents are like, he's a grown man. Yeah. He can make his decisions. And I think you're right. I think that checked her in a way. It's just kind of like, yeah, your daughter is grown. Like, you can't sit up here and tell her what she can and can't do. Like, you can be a support or you can be a hindrance, and then that's going to be a barrier to you seeing your grandchildren if they make it that far. Wow. So get on board or get out.
Blair basically said, I'm going to hold the grandchildren hostage from you.
So we move on to Lauren and Dave. His friends were apparently on standby about coming over to this get together. Lauren says that she'd rather they come than for the drama and all this conversation to continue. She doesn't see how this is still such a big deal. Like, she says, you haven't flirted with somebody before you came here. He thinks that flirting is different, and he was single at the time, but Lauren was single too.
I'm about to say, like, so what are you saying?
David was like, you were hooking up with him like a night before. Like, that's what his friend said. And Lauren says it wasn't a night or even a week before. Like, that's not even true. He doesn't know what's true or not. Lauren tells him the last time she saw that guy, they got ice cream. He told her about another Hinge date that he went on. She was friends with benefits with this guy for like 2 months. It wasn't serious, and she was ready for marriage. Dave says that it's weird that you were with another guy and we haven't even hooked up.
See, so come on now. If you just be quiet, the other person will tell on themselves. Remember when I said, hey, remember when she got the wax and he was like, so we not having sex? No, my wax lady said we can't have sex 24 hours out. You know what I'm saying? If you just be quiet and let the crazy man talk, he will tell on himself.
Right. So Lauren said, well, you haven't really been here to hook up. She should have handled things differently with that guy, but it was just a too long of a hookup situation. She feels like she lost him this week. She doesn't know what else she can say or do. Dave says he's been trying, but it's been a lot. His sister also has mutual connections, and she's saying things, so that is also a lot. He knows that she's a good person, but he is struggling. Lauren tells him that you need to work through this too, and Dave says that he has been working through this all week. In his head, it feels like she was spending the night with the guy just the other night. Now he's thinking that his friends shouldn't come to this get-together. Lauren needs to talk to them at this point. If it's not going to happen, then it's just not going to work, and they're just not going to get anywhere.
Yeah.
Dave is tempted to walk away. His friends and family are asking why they can't just date. Why do you guys got to get married? He says that they could date, but he is still in love with her, and he's trying to wrap his head around the situation.
He's not in love with her.
She loves him and wants to marry him, but she rather they don't go their separate ways tonight. He doesn't feel comfortable staying at the shared apartment. Lauren tells him, then go ahead and meet up with your friends, I guess.
Lauren, you should always have a glass of water ready for whenever situations like this happen. You take the water, throw it in his face, and say, I'm out.
Yeah.
Because I don't even understand why you allowed yourself to participate in this conversation. You can literally tell the guy out your mouth, it wasn't the other night, it wasn't even a week ago. And he will come back and say, I just feel bad because you hooked up with him like the night before.
And my friend said, and my sister said.
It's like, he's a weirdo. Like, I really don't understand. Like, there's nothing more to add to this. For one, he's making a mountain out of a molehill. Number two, I think Dave was the one who said he haven't been in a serious relationship for like 2 years or
3 years.
Like 3-4 years, something like that. So it's like, of course not. Of course you haven't been in a relationship that long, because you come off as weird. Like I really don't understand why Lauren really feels some type of way. Lauren, don't cry over this guy no more. He cares about his sisters. He cares about his friends. Even him trying to dangle the carrot of, I got my friends on standby. Basically, however this conversation go is going to determine if you get to meet them tonight. I don't want to meet those bunch of weirdos either. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, Lauren, run while you can, you know?
Yeah, I really don't have much more to add other than you're not going to be able to convince him. So let him just spin out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, let him get it out of his system. I mean, I get like she really thinks she loves and cares for this guy, but I mean, he was an a-hole from the jump, as far as I'm concerned.
Truth be told.
So Sarah thought that Ben's friends were amazing, and he is everything that she always wanted. So Sarah sees something on her phone, and apparently it's a girl on TikTok who said she was sick of reality TV celebrating terrible men like Ben. Ben had seen it before. He blocked the girl. He apparently hasn't talked to her in over 4 years, and she's making stuff up about how he manipulated her. He says that she's overreacting. They met on Tinder. They never hooked up. He can't even remember what happened. It was a short time. They went on a date, met up at some bars, but they stopped talking, and he did ghost her. Sarah doesn't like that he doesn't remember, and why was she crying if you just ghosted her? He apparently did go to her house. They kissed, but he doesn't remember if they talked within like 4 years. He wouldn't be surprised if there was a DM every now and again, but he said he never initiated or reached out to her. He wants to marry Sarah. He does love her. Sarah doesn't want to dismiss the girl online. She is going to trust his word, but if anything more comes out, she is not going to be able to trust him. She tells him, if there's more I need to know, then you need to tell me everything.
I don't know. Maybe I'm a guy and I'm toxic, but I'm like, is this about nothing?
To me, I don't know, because the girl apparently in the video was being vague as well. She didn't outright say Ben's name. So I honestly, Sarah, like, you're with the man now, so listen to him unless there's a reason not to.
I'm like, unless a crime was committed to where it's like he physically harmed someone, I'm not putting that on Ben. You get what I'm saying? I just want to make sure I put that disclaimer out there. But it's like, if she didn't even say Ben's name. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? Ben said, yeah. Because even when Sarah tried to bring it up to him, Ben was like, you talk about the TikTok video? Like, the girl's being vague, right? Ben's in a way being vague. You get what I'm saying? And I don't know if I believe him so much over
Like, what's the real issue?
Like basically, like it's been 4 years we didn't hook up and things like that. Y'all met on Tinder. I don't know. Maybe the plan was to hook up and like it just didn't work because it's like, you know, your picture looked different than in person. There is a such thing as if it really was nothing, I will put it out of my mind.
Yeah.
Right. But my thing is, what is it that you're fearing, Sarah? Like basically rewarding bad people. So what is the scenario you have in your head that will make you go, oh no, this is not acceptable. I won't marry you, Ben. Because if the crime is him ghosting her, that's not enough for you to dislike Ben.
Even dogging her out. I mean, that was 4 or 5 years ago.
That's 4 or 5 years ago. So I'm like, so what is it that like you're expecting to come out that is so bad? Because like Blair said, dogging her out, ghosting her, not calling her back, all those things are not punishable in my eyes.
No, especially not for a new relationship all these years later.
No.
So, I mean, if they're not going to say what the girl said and if the girl's not going to be specific, then I don't really care what she got to say.
I honestly...
if it's not a crime or like he really did her dirty, like... Even if he did do her dirty, it depends on how dirty. Because I'm like, at this point, it doesn't really even matter. Yeah.
It has to be crime dirty for me.
Yeah.
Like it has to be, oh my goodness, my like abuser or something like that. Like, but my thing is, hey, listen here. If you scared talking to the TikTok girl, if you scared to say anything specifically, don't grab your phone and make a video about it and things of that nature. Listen, we need to understand that we are entering, if not already in the era to where people are looking for clout.
Absolutely.
You get what I'm saying? So people will make up stories, and it's so funny. I'm defending Ben. That's craziness, right? People will make up stories and not even put their name to it, and not even put the other person's name to it because they want to basically get their 5 minutes of fame and things of that nature. I don't care. If you view Love is Blind as a reward for Ben, I need you to go outside and touch grass. You get what I'm saying? But like I said, if you feel like Ben did something to you, girl, say his name and say what he did, because you can't make me care about it. You can't make Blair care about it because he dogged you out or ghosted you.
Yeah.
That's not a crime.
Yeah.
That's not a crime.
And that's all we got.
That's all we got. I need y'all to subscribe, like, share, comment, all the above. We see y'all next time.
Bye.